Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Meg's Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so just a quick little update for my channel before I shoot this video. Basically what I'm going to do from now on is I'm only going to review the 2024 movies that have come out as of now, for the simple fact of I've missed too many movies in the past couple of months to try and catch up on those, but I will be giving you my thoughts on them during my Meg's Movies weekly roundup, because I'm going to try and get back into that again. So you'll see reviews there and then for the older films, but as of now I'm only going to be reviewing the movies that have come out from now until the end of the year. Hopefully next year I'll be able to set a better goal. But yeah, so let's get into this review of Roadhouse. So this is a remake. So of course after this video I'm doing an original versus remake. Speaking of which, before I do that video, just to make you aware, normally my original versus remake I do it as an audience interaction, but this one was very short notice. So this one is more of my choice. But when I do that video, leave a comment down below in that one. Which one do you prefer, the original or the remake? So anyway, yes, so into the review of this. So I'm not going to lie, both the original and the remake are first time watches, because obviously this one just came out this year. So before watching this one, I had seen the original. In fact, I saw it literally last night. So I'm going into this movie knowing full well how the original was, and sort of like trying to tame my expectations, because it is also a streaming service film that come out on Amazon Prime. So it's one of those films where it's like, when it comes straight to streaming, it does concern me, because I'm just thinking, why did it not go to the cinema? So yes, so let's get into this. So just to give you a very basic plot summary, we are following the character of Dalton. This is played by Jake Gyllenhaal. And basically he is this old UFC boxer guy who's turned bouncer. And he's well known, basically, all around the world. And he gets asked to help bouncer this bar called the Roadhouse. And basically, there's some trouble brewing. If you've seen the original, you know sort of like the plot is similar to that. But yeah, so he's basically there to help sort of like make this bar better. But he's also got to deal with these very bad people that want to do something to the bar that nobody else wants. So I'm not going to say any more than that, because I do try and stay as spoiler free as possible. So what did I think of this film? This is actually a pretty worthy remake. I am not going to lie. Now with me, remakes can be hit or miss. And a lot of the times a remake for me will be a miss if it pretty much copies the original in some way. If it doesn't do anything even slightly different, it does annoy me in a sense, because I'm just thinking you could remake this film but also make it different, put your own twist on it, things like that. And with this one they did. They actually, even though it is a similar plot and it's the same characters and things like that, they actually did stuff differently. I mean, for example, in this one, Dalton's backstory is different compared to the original, which I thought was quite nice. They didn't like copy and paste and things like that, so I do enjoy that. There's this weird manic character, quite well built, like he's not right up there, he's weird. And I quite enjoyed his character, he was quite a fun addition. But I actually ended up enjoying this more than I thought I would. I had watched the trailer for it once and I wasn't really sure on it, especially since I hadn't seen the original either. So I was just sort of like, it looks okay. It looks like it could be an entertaining movie. And it was. I quite enjoyed it. The fight scenes in this were really good as well. Like, the funny thing is that one of the first fight scenes is a slap thing where he starts slapping people. And that is actually quite funny. But then he gets into his fists and it's just sort of like, it ends up being that the fights get bigger and more impactful as the film goes on, which I think is pretty cool in that sense. Also, the way they filmed it and the camera angles and the editing, those three things were really good in this film. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the way that they filmed some of these fights, some of it was in point of view shots and shaky cams and things like that, and then the panning around, and there was a lot of really good camera angles in this, and I quite enjoyed that. That made the fight scenes seem more intense, and I quite enjoyed that. And you know what, Jake Gyllenhaal actually was pretty good as Dalton, and I'd say the side characters were fun and enjoyable. The only thing I will say though about this, and it's my only gripe, is that I feel like it doesn't have the heart of the story like the original did. I'll explain more of that in my original versus remake video, but it's just with the original, with how the story is, you felt heartfelt, like you felt for these characters, the ones that were dealing with things. In this one, you did feel a bit bad for some of the characters, but to me it just didn't feel very heartfelt in that sense, if you've seen the original. But overall, this was actually a pretty good movie. I think, to be honest, thinking about the films I have watched so far for this year, I think this is my favourite so far. Like, looking back, trying to think of what movies I have seen and sort of like going, did I enjoy that one? Did I enjoy that one? And things like that. I honestly believe that this might be my favourite film so far. Obviously, there are other big films coming out that I do want to see, like Beetlejuice 2, that might knock it off its place and things like that. But to be honest, this is the first movie of the year where I actually felt like I really enjoyed the film. And I actually want to watch it again. In fact, I'm thinking about asking my mum if she wants to watch it, because I know she'd seen the original, and I think she might actually like this film. But yeah, even if you haven't seen the original, I would say still give this a go. Just for the simple fact of the camera angles, the fights. Jake Gyllenhaal did a very good job. I will admit I haven't seen many of his films, or at least not ones that have impacted me in a way. But in this one it has, so I do actually look forward to watching more of his films. But no, Roadhouse, the remake, I actually kind of wish it got a cinema release, because I think this would have been pretty cool to see on the big screen. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but it's one of those films that I really wish did get, even like if it was limited, like they did for, there was a film that came out on streaming services, but before it came out in the cinema, I can't remember, I think it was like a Netflix film, I think. When they did that, I think they should have done it for this film, because in the UK they haven't, but I think they have done it in America, I think. But yeah, I really wish this one had gone on the big screen, because I think this would have looked pretty cool. But either way, I'm glad I've watched it. I definitely will be watching this again, because like I said, I did enjoy this film, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what the rest of the films do this year, but for now, this is one of my favourites. My final score for this film is going to be a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, I don't know what else more I can say on this film. It was just a really good remake, one of my favourites. I will admit, like, it would probably make my top 10 if I ever do a remake ranking or top 10 list for that. But yeah, remakes for me, like I said, they have certain criteria that they need to meet. And this one did. So yeah, and I'm not going to lie. When it comes to my original versus remake video, which is coming up after this, I'm going to have difficulty choosing which one I prefer. So you'll have to find out in that video. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this review of Roadhouse. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and also push the notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And also leave me your comments and thoughts on this remake of Roadhouse. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What's your favourite remake of all time? I'd love to know your guys' opinion. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!